Good morning, friends. Teresa from Star Stylist Homestead. So this morning I'm going to finish off those chicken fingers that I made last night, but I'm doing it different today. Of course, they've been soaking overnight in my buttermilk mixture. And then I took Chex cereal. I bought this for the Christmas junk food I was making, and I had another whole box I didn't even realize, so I opened that up and I crunched it in a bag. So instead of using breadcrumbs or panko, I'm going to use these because they're so good, because I'm going to bake, and I'm not using them all. I figured if it come out really good, I'd already have them all crunched up, and I'm going to put them in a thing and use them as breadcrumbs because I think they're going to come out good. So I have everything right here. My chicken, I have my flour mixture, basically the same one last night. Although I wanted to put Parmesan cheese in here for an extra flavor and coating, but I don't have any. And I ran out of cornstarch, so I don't have cornstarch in my flour. I'm hoping that it works out fine. But I have onion powder, smoked paprika, salt, garlic powder, and pepper in here. Then this I used out of my bag of chicken that was soaking is my buttermilk. And 1 egg. And then, of course, my topping. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to bake them today. So I'm not worried about my hands getting dirty. I'm going to soak some of that liquid up with the flour mixture. Hopefully I have enough in there. Then dip it. And then dip it in this one. If I have to mix more, I will, but get it nice and coated. You want this chunked up pretty fine too. And then put it on the sheet. I will do one more, and then I'll get all of them done. And once they are done, I'm going to put them in a 375 oven. As good as those were last night, they didn't do very good for me because of them being fried. They really tore up my belly. Let that drip off as much as you can. I guess you could use cornflakes too if you wanted to. I just happen to have these, and this has a really good flavor to them. So I figure, what not? Why not? Might as well try them, right? They're definitely going to be crispy, that's for sure, because that stuff's crispy. And I'm putting them on my pan with my cookie coolers right there, so that the air comes all the way up through and the bottom's not soggy. So anyway, you see what I'm doing. Now I'm going to go finish them all off, and I'll be right back. All right, friends, it's done. Here we go. This is going to go into, oh, you know what I did want to do? A 375 oven. I want to sprinkle some Parmesan on some of them. I should open it first. Just to see how that comes out. Seeing that I don't have the Parmesan cheese, I'm going to sprinkle it just on half of them. One side, because I don't feel like flipping them over. That's good. We'll see how those come out. So let's put this in a 475 oven. You want the temp at 165 when they're done. So I'm going to put them in for about 20. They're probably going to take longer because some of those are really big. So as soon as those are done, I will be back and let you know. Okay, friends, I am going to make a honey mustard glaze. Honey mustard sauce, dipping sauce. I have a 1/4 cup of honey and 1 egg in here. Okay, let me put this over here. I am going to put in half a teaspoon of smoked paprika. That's going to be easier taking the top off. Okay. I'm also going to put in a half teaspoon of salt. Yeah, I don't want to use that inside my salt. So let's rinse that off a little bit. Half a teaspoon of salt. We need 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. Took me 10 minutes just to reach this stupid thing. Calls for a clove of garlic peeled. Oops. I'm just going to use less than a teaspoon of minced garlic. Okay. And 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard, but I only have honey Dijon, but you know what? I'm making it with honey anyway. So I guess that doesn't matter much. So then I'm going to take my immersion blender and get this all mixed up. Oh, it smells really good. I gotta get all my honey off the bottom of this bowl. And to thicken it up a little bit, I'm going to use some olive oil. So I'm going to just put some in and start mixing. I only got 6 minutes left on those. Let's see. Getting all my honey off the bottom because it's still, I guess I should have used a glass bowl. That's all right. This is basically a homemade aioli, honey aioli. So that's still a little watery for me. So let's just add a little bit more oil and blend that up. I mean, you don't need it really thick. It's a dipping sauce. But I think I might want to add some more honey. Or not honey, let's taste it. That's really good. I'm going to add another chunk of mustard, honey Dijon mustard. Wow, that's really good, my friends. I love that flavor. I'll credit the person who I got this from because I don't remember his name right now, but I'll put a link down below. I just happened to find him this morning looking for something else and came across this, and I'm like, oh, that sounds pretty good. And the cereal too. He's the one who did the cereal. I said, oh, that's really good. So let's see. Get a clean spoon here. So, yeah, look. That looks really yummy. Let's try it. You know what? I'll just dump it into this spoon. Just in case. Wow. You know what? I can almost taste the vinegar, but it gives it that little kick. That's really good. I think I'm going to make a double batch of this and stick it in the fridge for dipping sauce. That's really, really good. Let's check our my handy dandy thermometer. Let's check the, ooh, those are coming out looking nice. But some of those are really thick. No, they're almost done too. Yeah, I bet another, it's got 3 minutes left, so I bet it'll probably be done in that 20 minutes. So I'll bring you back as soon as they are. So they just came out of the oven, and look at those things. Nice and crispy. I am not doing a taste test until those cool off a little. I'm going to let those rest. Oops. I'm going to let those rest a minute. Go through and start shutting all my cabinets I left open again. And I will be back. I filled just a pint with that. I mean, it's almost right to the top too. And I'm back, friends. And I'm going to taste test. I just cut a little piece off with my topping fell off. That cereal worked perfect. Listen. Nice and crunchy. But I will say, the chicken's a little tougher than it is if it's fried. At least this piece. I'm gonna say, if anything, I would have thought that it would be better because it's soaked overnight. It's still good, but it is just a little tougher. I love that coating. It's got a nice flavor. You know, Chex Mix doesn't have much of a flavor, but because I added all that flavor into my flour and everything, it's got a nice flavor. And I gotta say, I'll still do it this way. Just because it doesn't have all that grease. I know I was watching somebody's video and they were doing it fried and baked. And I said, oh, that looks about like mine. Their recipe was about like my recipe last night. And same with the fried, except right before they put it in, they melted like a stick of butter and just dumped it all over it. And I'm like, what's the sense in having it baked if you're going to dump butter all over it? So I just kept searching for just some different things that would taste good. This recipe is basically the same as last night, except for the cereal on top, and it's baked. And I re-dipped it with the egg, but I don't even think I needed to do that. I think had I just dipped it from my bag soaking, I wouldn't have had to do the flour or the egg mixed in with it. So you can take out those 2 steps, save yourself some flour and egg, and just because that's good just the way it is. I mean, I don't know that the flour did anything, because you're soaking up the liquid from soaking it, and then you turn around and dip it right back into a liquid to dip it into your coating. That makes no sense to me whatsoever. Maybe there's a reason for it. If you know, tell me. But anytime I've ever done it before and I didn't dip in all those, came out fine. So yeah, use the Chex. You can use cornstarch or the other one. I forgot the name of it. And I actually ended up using almost all of those So I'm just going to crunch some more up and put it right in the thing and use this. I'm going to try this for my pork chops too. See how that comes out. So anyway, friends, there you have it. Another video. What is it? 3 this week? And we're on Sunday. No. In a week. Anyway, like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you have, thank you. I appreciate you. Leave a comment. And I will see you again for whatever I'm doing. By the way, I have company today, so that's why I cooked the rest of them. And if they decide not to come, I'll throw them in the freezer. We can air fry them right out of the freezer because they're all cooked. Have a good day, guys, and enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Bye.